Welcome to Cam Look, your twice-weekly dose of the Cincinnati Art Museum. When every Tuesday and Thursday, a member of the Cam family shares a work from our collection and poses a few questions for discussion. We hope you'll check back at 10 a.m. for a new work and a new chat. Hi, my name's Emily, and I'm the Director of Learning and Interpretation at the museum. And this past weekend, we took a little adventure to the Cincinnati Nature Center with our dog. And while we were there, we saw some turtles basking in the spring sunshine. And it made me think of this bronze sculpture, Dog with Tortoise, from our collection. First, let's take a look at the scene. As I said, the sculpture is bronze and it measures 7 1/8 by 3 1/8 by 7 1/2 inches, so not huge. Here we see a dog that looks like it could be a large hound by its floppy ears, longer snout, and short smooth coat. He's also a little wrinkly through the body. The dog is sitting up on its rump with its front legs holding his weight. The front paw is stretched out slightly in front of the left. He's looking down intently, brow furrowed, ears perked. What has captured his attention? A small tortoise that he about touches with that extended paw. He's being very gentle with his reptile friend, more curious than anything. If you have a dog in your life, this is a very heartwarming depiction. Two creatures making friends. What do you think will happen next? So, a little bit about the artist, Antoine Louis Bayre, who lived from 1796 to 1875. Bayre was a leading sculptor in the French group of artists known as Les Animaliers, or the animals. The term was originally meant as an insult, mocking the small scale and secondary subject matter of his animal sculptures, but he and his contemporaries happily adopted the term. The son of a jeweler, as a young boy, Bayre apprenticed as a metal maker, and in 1824 he went to work for a goldsmith. Bayre spent his free time in the Paris Jardin des Plantes watching and drawing the vast array of caged animals. The zookeeper would even tell him when an animal was about to die, so he could observe it without the restriction of a cage. After serving in the army, he worked for a time in the jewelry trade. In about 1817, he began to sculpt while working in the studio of the sculptor François Bosio. He was also influenced by the romantic paintings of Théodore Géricault. Bayre gradually gained a reputation as a monumental sculptor. With government commissions for images of wild animals in the 1830s, figure groups and portraits for the facade of the Louvre in the 1850s, and freestanding Napoleonic monuments in the 1860s. He first exhibited his bronzes at the salons of 1827 and 1831, receiving a second place for his Tiger Devouring a Gavial. Generally speaking, Bayre was responsible for improving the status of animal sculpture, a category famous since antiquity, and for demonstrating its suitability as a modern expressive form. He also gained special fame as an artist who, regardless of subject matter, could meld grandeur and artistic refinement with realism in both public monuments and small-scale bronzes for the home at a wide range of prices that the middle class could afford. So, what did you think of our adorable dog with tortoise? It's pretty cute, huh? Do you have a dog? And if so, what would your dog do in this situation? Would they be curious? Would they run in the other direction? I think my Miss Mabel would run in the other direction. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks and have a great day.